Hey, what is going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. If you are new to the channel or you do not know who I am, my name is Jacob and this is Vintage by Jacob. Now I'm a full-time online reseller of vintage and basically any type of clothing I can get my hands on and resell online. I primarily sell on the Poshmark app, and that is where I make my full-time income. And I have been using this YouTube channel to document my day-to-day practices as a business owner and a full-time reseller, and basically just giving you an inside look at what it's like to own a full-time resale business. A bunch of tips, tricks, educational, entertainment videos. That's basically what I've been using this YouTube channel for. That sounds intriguing. Please consider hitting the subscribe button. We just blasted over 100 subscribers the other week, and I'm super stoked. My goal is to get to 10,000 by the end of the year, and I really need your guys' help with that. I really appreciate the support thus far as well. If you'd like to support the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. You've heard the spiel before. The YouTube algorithm really likes when you hit the like button. It can help spread my videos to a wider range of audience, which would be beneficial for a whole bunch of people. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, whatever, hit me up in the comment section down below. Before I get into today's video, I'd just like to give you a quick update about what I have been doing today as far as business. I just got done shipping a whole bunch of orders, or getting orders ready to ship, I should say. I'm about to bring them to the post office here pretty soon. In the past 24 hours, I had 12 orders, sold I think around 18 items, so some people bought multiples. And yeah, that's it. I got one return back. I think I'll show you guys that once I get the camera on the tripod. But in today's video, I wanted to go over the top 5 things you need to know before you start a resale business. So yeah, I think we're just going to jump right into it. Let me throw the camera on the tripod and let's get into it. All right. So yeah, first and foremost, I apologize. I'm wearing a beanie. I'm wearing these layers. It is freezing cold in my basement. That is where I work. But yeah, I'm in Minnesota. It's been a huge cold snap as of late. Every single day has been in the negatives. I mean, I think just over the weekend, the high was like a -9. So it's been freezing cold, and it gets really cold down here. It's an unfinished concrete basement. No big deal. It's super good for working out of, but I am cold, so that's why I wear this stuff. Just keep me warm, makes working a little bit easier. But yeah, I'm gonna unbox this return. I'm pretty sure I know what it is, but I figured I'd just unbox it for you guys as well, give you guys a little bit of transparency on why somebody would return something, or what it is, and any tips, tricks I might have to handle returns. But this one, if I'm not mistaken, is a vintage snowsuit. It's a really cool item. But they commented that the zippers didn't work on one of the legs, which is no big deal. I return everything that I can, pretty much, just to keep a good customer relationship. And I think I am right. Yeah. This is actually a really sweet item. It is this vintage snowsuit. There we go. So super cool. So yeah, one of the zippers didn't work. No big deal. I think I got $45 for this. So yeah, what I am going to do is I think I'm going to relist it. I'm just going to disclose that the one of the zippers doesn't work, and just maybe sell it for like 25, or I don't know, something like that. Or maybe I'll take my hand at fixing a zipper, not sure, but nonetheless, no big deal. Super happy to return this. It's a really cool item, and yeah, it's gonna be fun to tackle this one. Okay, now on to the actual point of the video. 5 things you need to understand before you start a resale business. And just a disclaimer: starting a resale business can be very intimidating. You know, it's just like anything in life, anything of some significance. It always takes a lot of thought and a lot of get up work and stuff like that. So believe me, it's not an easy decision if that's something that you were thinking about. But I figured I'd just give you a little video explaining what I think are the 5 things to understand before you start a resale business, and hopefully I can help you in one way or another. So the first thing you need to understand before you start a resale business is that it is not as glamorous as a lot of people make it out to be online. I don't know, I'm a little bit involved with the online community of resellers, but a lot of people seemingly make it seem very glamorous, and it's just this huge, lifestyle change, be your own boss, work the hours you want, yada, 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 which is true. Do not get me wrong. I love that part of it. I love being able to be flexible and work the hours I want. But I work out of my basement. It ain't super glamorous. It's not. It's not like I'm driving a Lamborghini to my fancy office every day, something like that. Hopefully it will be like that one day. But I am a long ways from that yet. Yes, I can live a full, what I would consider middle class lifestyle off of doing this. And it's been super great. Like I said, work my own hours, all that stuff. But it's not all fun and games. It is a ton of hard work. And yeah, it's just, I guess the best way I can explain it is just not as glamorous as videos like this might make it seem. It's a lot of late nights, early mornings. You get the spiel. It's just like starting any other business. There's a lot of behind the scenes work that is not going to be as glamorous as it might seem on camera. Right, so number 2 and number 3 kind of go hand in hand, and they kind of tie in together with number 1, just loosely. But number 2 is actually going to be, it is a lot easier than you might think to start a resale business. And if it seems intimidating to start a resale business, don't get me wrong, it is. It's definitely a big lifestyle change, especially if it's something you'd like to do full time. But it's honestly a little bit easier than you think. Once you can get past the mental barrier of starting it and just diving nose first all the way to the bottom, like, you'll get it. Like, it's easy. You learn along the way, just like anything in life. You just have to jump right in and try it. Figuring out items to sell, figuring out how to source items, figuring out all the ins and outs of running a business kind of come as you go through experiences. And this is where it ties into number 3. Number 3, even though it's easier than you think, it is still a lot of hard work. So number 3 is that it is a ton of hard work running a resale business. So like I said, it's easier than you think. Now that goes for the almost mentality side of it. Once you get into it, it is going to be a lot easier than you realize. However, the physical side of it is a ton of hard work. I mean, I don't know. It's not like you get one set schedule, like you go to a 9-to-5 job. You know exactly when you need to be there. You know exactly when you can leave. You know the amount of work that you have to get done in between that period. Everything that I do is on pretty much a day-to-day basis. Obviously, I have aspirations and goals that I'd like to reach as a company on a weekly, monthly, and yearly basis, but everything comes down to a day-to-day basis. I can't control how many orders I'm getting. Well, I try to control it, and I try to keep it a ton, but you know what I mean. Every single day is going to be totally different. There's so much unpredictability, and the answer to all of it is to work really hard. No matter what comes your way, you just have to work through it, keep your nose to the grindstone, and just keep pushing, and just be a hard worker. It'll ultimately, in my mind, lead to a very fruitful and successful career reselling. Yeah, I hope I didn't confuse you too much. Number 2 is it is easier than you think, but number 3 is it is a lot of hard work. So yeah, take that for what it's worth. Mentally, it can be extremely easy once you figure out kind of your direction and where you're going. But physically, it can be a ton of hard work. Like I said, early mornings, late nights. But enjoying the journey is honestly the best part about it. So you just accept the hard work, you do it, and you're going to be proud of yourself. And I guess that's really all that matters. Number 4 is going to be a little bit more technical reason or thing to understand before you start reselling. And it's that everything has a price. And this is a really cool part about this business that I'm in, and that a lot of other really successful people are in, is that when you work hard and when you understand kind of your lane and where you're going through with this whole wide resale business, and granted, you don't have to sell clothes. You can sell anything from, I started out a long time ago selling furniture. You can sell furniture, you can sell collectibles, you can sell honestly whatever you would like to sell. You slowly figure out what your niche is and what your direction is as a reseller. You slowly start to learn that every single thing has a price, which is a really cool part about this business. I feel like this comes back to the more glamorous side, that everything is not so glamorous. It's really easy to see, like, obviously I'm going to use hypebeast for example. It's really easy to see that, yeah, if you can buy Supreme items for really cheap, you will obviously be able to resell it, but that's such a small part of the whole resale business as a whole. Like, you've seen my videos, you know a lot of the items that I sell are between the $10, $15, $20 range. A large majority of my company isn't selling big, high dollar, glamorous items. It's honestly selling just common goods that really aren't that, flashy on the outside. And it's because I've learned that every single item has a price. So as long as I know that price and I can find it cheaper, I can have a successful business. And lastly, number 5, the most important one probably the most important thing you need to understand before you start a resale business is that it takes time. I noted this in number 3, where it takes, a lot of hard work, a lot of early mornings, late nights. Yeah, take that for what it's worth. That's all up to you. It does take a lot of hard work, but most importantly, it takes time. Everybody has a different situation that they're going through in their life. Everybody has a different, level of income that's required, especially if you're going into a full-time reselling situation. It can take a long time before you start, making as much money as you did before in your previous career. Like I said, if you watch some of my last videos, kind of the story, so to speak, of how my business has grown. I started out making $15,000 a year, and to a lot of people that is not enough. And it took a lot of time. It took 3 years, as a matter of fact, to get to the point where I'm at. So it takes time. It takes a lot of persistence, patience, and honestly, preparation, hard work, good thinking, all that stuff. Everything that you need to run a successful business is everything that you'll need to run a resale business. So I guess at the end of the day, you could boil it down to you're starting a business. It's crazy. And any successful business, as far as the case studies that I understand, take a lot of hard work and a lot of time. So, it ain't something that, it might take a while for it to start clicking. But then again, if you put your head down, keep your nose to the grindstone, and keep going towards the light at the end of the tunnel, you'll reach it. You know what I mean? But it just takes time. And that's the whole entire idea of why you have to enjoy the journey, because there's a lot of journey to be had in this business. But yeah, and that's just the honest truth. But with that being said, I guess a lot of that sums up to being a full-time reseller. If you're going to be a part-time reseller, I say go for it. Dabble with it. See, what kind of avenues work for you. And if you have another income that can support dabbling with the side hustle of reselling, that is fantastic, because you can learn tips and tricks without having to sacrifice, a whole lifestyle in order to make a business that has to be successful. So, have at it. Keep watching these videos. I hope I can teach you something in order to inspire you to start doing it part-time at least, or something. But yeah, I mean, that is kind of it. Those, in my mind, are the top 5 things you need to understand before you start a resale business. It can be super daunting, and that's probably how you stumbled across this video anyways, hopefully, if the algorithm is working in my favor. But yeah, those are the top 5 reasons. I'll go through them one more time. Number 1 is you need to understand it is not as glamorous as a lot of people make it out to be. It is a fantastic business, but just like anything, the grass is always greener on the other side. You only see the fun parts about the business online, not the hard work that it takes behind the scenes. 2 and number 3, like I said, they go hand in hand. It is easier than you think. However, it takes a lot of hard work. So mentally, once you dive in, it's gonna click. I mean, hopefully, and you'll start to realize that it's a lot easier than you think. However, number 3, like I said, it takes a lot of hard work physically, and I guess mentally as well, because little sleep can be very straining on the mental. Number 4 is everything has a price. That is a huge thing to understand before you start reselling, and I wish I understood that more, I wish I understood that before I started, because I would have been able to scale my business a lot faster, I think. And lastly, number 5 is it takes time. Running a successful resale business takes a lot of time to make it click, to make everything run smoothly and consistently. So if you're going to be a full-timer, make sure you're in it for the long haul. Don't give up after the first year or 2 or even 3, and hopefully you'll be able to reap a lot of fruits from your labor in those later years. So that is it, guys. I really hope you picked something up from this video. I want to do more videos like this where I can just kind of give you, I don't know, a condensed version of what I know about the business, and like a nice little concise tips and trick videos, so to speak. I don't really know how to categorize this video. Tip and trick video, whatever. Anyways, my whole entire point is to provide you guys with information that will be valuable to you. and hopefully can change your life for the better and maybe entertain you as you go along. That would be a huge bonus. But yeah, that is today's video. Let me know if you learned something from this video. I really hope you did. And with that, I guess you guys have a good weekend. I will see you guys next week. This has been by Jacob. I'll see you guys later. Peace.